convert 0.318 to a percent, we are going to just move the decimal place 2 places to the right, and then that leading 0 is not necessary, so we end up with 31.8%. Another way of looking at that is we take the decimal here and multiply by 100, and you'll see that's the same thing. On the next example, when a tire is inflated, the air pressure is inversely proportional to the volume of the air. If the pressure of a certain tire is 23 psi when the volume is 130 cubic inches, what is the pressure when the volume is 170 cubic inches? So I'm going to set this up as comparing the pressure to pressure, 23 psi to the unknown pressure, which we're going to call P for now. And then because it's inversely proportional, on top, I am going to put the volume that corresponds to this unknown P. So the unknown P, what is the pressure when the volume is 170? And the pressure that corresponds to the 23 psi, or the volume that corresponds to the 23 psi, is 130, so it's going to go on bottom. So notice I compared pressure to volume, except I flipped the volume because it's inversely proportional. And then when we solve this using cross multiplication, we get 23 times 130 is 2,990. That's equal to 170p. And now we divide both sides by 170 to get our p-value of 17 point to the nearest tenth. Round that up, 17.6 psi. And then just look at it to make sure that that number makes sense. The psi was 23 when the volume is 130. When the volume goes up, the psi should go down. And it did within a reasonable amount. So I feel, excuse me, I hit the wrong button. I feel confident with that answer. What sales tax at a rate of 5.5% must you pay on the purchase of a computer hard disk drive costing $256.75? So tax is equal to 5.5% of the cost, $56.75. And so therefore we are going to first convert 5.5% to a decimal. So change the 1/2 to a 0.5 and then move the decimal 2 places to the left. So we get 0.055. And then multiply that by the 256.75. The tax is some percentage of, and that word of means multiplication oftentimes. So 5.5% of 256.75 using my calculator, 0.055 times 256.75 is going to give us $14 and to the nearest cent, we go out to $14.12. The sales tax on $256.75 is $14.12. On the next one, 3 is what percent of 4? 3 is what percent of 4? So we're going to use that PBR formula. What percent is what we don't know, so that's our x over 100. 3 over 4. 3 is what percent of 4? So solving this proportion will give us our answer. Cross multiply, 4x equals 3 times 100. Divide both sides by 4. Get x equals 300 divided by 4 is 75. So 3 is 75% of 4. And that makes sense if you think about it. 3/4 is 75%. 3 is 75% of 4. Rewrite the percent as a fraction in lowest terms. 35% is the same as 35 over 100. To reduce that to lowest terms, if I'm doing this by hand, I might notice first that the top and bottom are both divisible by 5. 35 divided by 5 is 7. 100 divided by 5 is 20. Then I would look to see top and bottom to see if there is a common multiple, and there's not. 7 is prime, so therefore 7 over 20 is our simplified fraction that represents 35%. On the next one, convert to a percent. 3 divided by 5, or 3/5. So I could do this by hand by saying 3 divided by 5. I need to introduce a decimal. 5 goes into 30 6 times. 6 times 5 is 30. And so therefore our answer is 0.6. And that's our decimal answer. However, it asks us to find the percent. So therefore we need to now multiply this by 100. Multiply by 100, which is going to move that decimal place 2 places to the right. 0.6 as a decimal is the same thing as 60% as a percent.